In this lesson, we will look at how to customize the Word options. Here is a Word document that's been opened inside the Word application, and on the title bar you'll see the words Protected View. You'll also see a gold bar that says that you are in Protected View, and there's an option to enable editing. In the newer versions of Word, if you open a file that was an attachment from Outlook, or if you open a file that was downloaded from the internet, such as SharePoint or OneDrive, Microsoft is giving you added protection by letting you know there are some files that may have macros or some sort of coding in them that might cause viruses to your computer. Go ahead and click Enable Editing to let the application know that this file is safe. Now, these are one of the settings you can modify inside Word options. For example, maybe you download 15-20 files a day from OneDrive. Maybe you have multiple attachments that you work with. Instead of clicking Enable at each time you open a document, you can go ahead and modify the settings inside Word. To look at some of the Word options, let's go ahead and click on the File tab and go all the way down to Options. Now, the issue that brought me into Word options was what files my Word application is able to trust. Now, inside Word options, you'll see different sections of options divided up into categories. The last one is called Trust Center. When I click on that category, the window will update with Trust Center options. All the way on the right, I'm going to click on Trust Center Settings. And then I have an additional window that asks me to make another selection. Now, that bar that I'm working with was called Protected View. When I click on Protected View, you'll see 3 options checked. One of them has to do with files originating from the internet. Another one has to do with different locations you're visiting within your network. And then here's a third one talking about Outlook attachments. I will go ahead and uncheck the first and last one. And depending on your security settings at your work, you may want to check with your IT department before making these changes. But these 2 options unchecked is safe on most computers as long as you know who's sending you the files. I'm going to click OK. It returns me back to Word options. I'm going to go back to the General section. And since we're here, we'll look at some of the other key items that you can change inside Word options. In the General section, you'll see most of your most common commands. For example, as you make selections in Word, you'll see a little mini formatting toolbar appear on selection. Some people may disable these. Perhaps it's covering up parts of your document as you're making editing selections and you prefer to have them off. I'm going to go ahead and check it back on. There's some other color options. Maybe you have multiple machines that you're running, and maybe on this machine you want to see a dark gray color scheme, while on your laptop you might want to see a colorful color scheme. On the left here, you'll go through the different categories, and you'll make the selections that you'd like to change your Word options. A couple items to note are in Advanced. If you click on the Advanced section, you can scroll through and you'll see there's additional sections within that advanced category. Scroll down to the section that says Display, and you'll have options to display changes on how many recent documents display. You can also make modification on the recent folders you've been to. Over here, on the left side, if you click on Save, if you have a favorite default save location that you like, you can note that here within the application. So each time you save the document, it'll go to the folder that you work with the most. If you don't know the path, you can always click Browse and let the application know what the path is by navigating to it. I'll go ahead and click Cancel here. I'll go ahead and click OK to apply any changes that I've made. And that concludes our lesson on how to modify Word options.